Greg Kelly. The latest breaking news and opinions. Entertaining and informative.
Hey, where's my little music? I can't start my show without my little jingle. I'm a man. Yes. Oh, well. There you go. Thank you. Now we got a show. Phew. Hi, everybody. It is a new day in America. Once again, thank you to Elon Musk. Wow. And by the way, I think, I don't know what the hell happened, but somehow I am getting credited as having broken the news to the world that this was a done deal. I was kind of yesterday putting everything together. I could see what direction it was going. He was going to get it. And I just said, okay, it looks to me like he's got it. And I'm like, congratulations to Elon Musk. You did it. And then news agencies all over the world are like, Greg Kelly confirms. As first reported by Greg Kelly and, 4 million retweets later. Anyway, nice to be a small part of history, I guess, but all the credit goes to Elon Musk. Now, look, I know 95% of you don't have Twitter accounts and you think it's a big waste of time and who cares what I'm eating for lunch, right? Because all the trivial junk that people put on Twitter. It's a big freaking deal. And even if you are not on Twitter, you are affected by it. Oh, yes. The cultural elites, they are controlling our culture, and it trickles down to you and me, baby. It really does. They, through all sorts of advanced mathematics and science and trickery, they emphasize what they don't, and they minimize what they emphasize what they like, and they minimize what they don't like. And you know what it was all in reaction to? Donald Trump, because he was so good at Twitter. Oh, man, was he good at Twitter. And they hated that about him, didn't they, right? Let's see here. Where is Donald Trump saying that he's really good at Twitter? It's, try this one. Cut 46, please.
Tweeting happens to be a modern-day form of communication. I mean, you can like it or not like it. I have, between Facebook and Twitter, I have almost 25 million people. It's a very effective way of communication.
Yes, it is, and it worked for him. How do you think he beat 15 professional politicians? Jeb Bush, Mitt Romney, all the rest? By talking directly to us. Now, I don't have a Twitter account. Well, he was still talking directly to you because his tweets were so significant, so powerful, that the fake news was forced to cover it. So the fake news could not pursue their own agenda, although they tried. They had to pursue and report Donald Trump's agenda. It was genius. I had never given Twitter any thought. It was invented in 2009. 6 years go by. Did one politician take advantage of it? Did one politician see its application? Just talk. Look, politics is tough. Politics is, what do they say? It ain't beanbag, right? Politics is a brutal sport. Well, then go ahead and be brutal. Sorry. Every other fake politician says, I will fight for you. Right? How many times have you heard that? I'm going to fight for you. And then they get there and they're all congressional. They're very senatorial. They're very gubernatorial. Oh, no, I can't do that. That would not be gubernatorial. That would not be presidential. Oh, no. Yes. There's a new culture out there, a new way to do things. We don't have time anymore for the niceties, okay? And you can be an absolute zero and hide behind all those niceties. Look, bottom line, he was very good at Twitter. It drove them crazy, so they took it from him. And possibly worse, and this is before he lost his Twitter, people like me, people who supported him, we were minimized. We were shadow banned. We were censored. We were in big ways and small. Most importantly, big ways. Like, hey, Hunter Biden in November, what was that? October of 20. One of the great newspapers of the land, the New York Post, gets a hold of the laptop hard drive. And oh boy, what stories are in there. What sordid, horrible things Hunter did, apparently for his father. Oh, man. All right? All that money, the drugs. I'm sorry. This might not have been good timing for Democrats, but when the hell has that ever stopped the media from reporting a story? Hey, remember, what was it, the Access Hollywood tape? When you're a star, you can do anything, right? You can grab them by the whatever, right? And by the way, that tape, it's another thing to talk about. Everybody was so incensed by the tape. If you listen carefully, number one, he's telling the truth. And number two, he's saying only with consent. He's saying that I'm a star. When you're a star, they will do anything. They will let you do anything. It was misread by everybody. Now, look, it was not nice language. It was, tough talk, back room, locker room, yes. And he did apologize. But screw it, all right? Screw it. And they timed that story to do maximum damage. So what if they came up with the laptop at the time to do maximum damage? Although they didn't. If you actually follow what happened, the guy at the MacBook store, when he gave it to the FBI did nothing. The timing actually was the timing. It wasn't like this big political calculation or strategy. So you take a story like that offline, you suddenly make it a criminal matter to doubt or question Dr. Fauci. This is America, land of the second opinion, right? Why the hell can't we question Dr. Fauci? What's the big deal about Dr. Fauci? Well, suddenly he became the most, divine presence in all of America. And why? Because he stuck it to Trump. So if I stuck it to Fauci, I got shadow banned, I got minimized, I got threatening letters, I got cease and desist orders. It was totally crazy. You know how close we were to a police state? A socialist police state? I've been to Russia. I was in Russia when it was communist in the 1980s, when they followed you around, when you had to worry about what you said. Well, we were there, and I didn't like it. And I like where we are right now a hell of a lot more. And I've been shooting my mouth off like crazy on Twitter, talking about the... Yeah, relax. Don't call the cops. I think it might have been... I think this ivermectin thing, whatever it is, it's not horse medication. It's been around for a long time. We should try that if the doctor says it's okay. And your doctor might disagree with my doctor. And both of them might disagree with Dr. Fauci. And this is America. And you're allowed to. We don't have to worry about our jobs for the healthcare decisions we make, right? Suddenly we did. Suddenly we did. Hunter Biden, crack addict son of the President of the United States. Everybody knows it. He's wheeling and dealing and double dealing with China and Ukraine, and it's banned from the internet? Who the hell makes that decision? Huh? Who does? Mark Zuckerberg? Mark? The president was right over the weekend. He said, there's a Democrat congressman in trouble in Texas. Now, he's in trouble, number one, because he's been critical of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden for not taking the border issue seriously. So what do? They unleash the FBI on this guy. And you know how complicated it is raising money? You need a full-time finance director. You need a full-time deputy finance director. You need all these people and lawyers just to make sure everything following all these convoluted laws and rules. And they can catch you because everybody makes a mistake. What's the limit? How much money can you give? $5,000 to a candidate? Mark Zuckerberg gave $500 million, and that's legal. Huh? What the hell kind of system is this? Spread all that. I am really looking forward to Dinesh D'Souza's movie. Oh, that's something else I should tweet about. Dinesh D'Souza. What a great American, and he's got this new movie. What's it called? 10,000 Mules? It looks fabulous. It's about these, election irregularities. And, oh, by the way, the other thing about Twitter, look, they bent over backwards to protect Joe Biden. How the hell do you run for president from the safety of your basement and get away with it? Are you crazy? So I already can feel the difference. And look, maybe you're not on Twitter, but maybe you do get your news potentially, from the nightly news, ABC News, the local news, right? All these people are addicted to Twitter, all right? And they let Twitter do the editing for them. And they're not going to do anything that's going to minimize their impact or the number of followers on Twitter. They're not. They even can have that effect on conservatives. Even me, actually. There were certain areas I had to tread very lightly. I fought, but it's a new day. Everything's different now on Twitter. Everything's different. I got 40,000 new followers. We've been unshackled. We were shackled, and now we're unshackled. Will Donald Trump go to Twitter, back to Twitter? I don't know. The fake news is probably going to try to make it somehow illegal. Let's see here. Here's the fake news exaggerating and lying, going on and on and on about how dangerous Donald Trump's Twitter is. Twitter. It's just a couple of words on his screen. How can that be dangerous, huh? Cut 47, please.
It's jaw-dropping and downright scary and dangerous, and Donald Trump's Twitter account increasingly is becoming a national security threat.
And he is a big person, a bully on Twitter.
And essentially doubled down, boasting about the statement that he made on Twitter. Is this the Donald Trump effect of trying to be outrageous? I mean, this is dangerous.
Trump's addiction to Twitter is not only politically counterproductive, it is dangerous on many levels, including to national security.
I want to shine a spotlight on showing how dangerous Trump and his Twitter button can be.
Wow. How dangerous. How dangerous. What's the most dangerous thing that he tweeted, huh? Let me see here. Here he is, telling everybody to go home in peace. Now, is that dangerous? Remember when he told everybody to go home in peace? How is that dangerous? The only threat he posed was to them, the swamp, the establishment. That's what they couldn't stand. Oh, boy, they hated him for that. All right, what else is going on? Hey, what happened at Yankee Stadium? A bunch of fans got into it with the outfielder, right? All right, Kevin, you know about this. First of all, here's John's. Hey, how much are these damn tickets? If you want to throw a soda on the field, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. We just went through Black Lives Matter, 2 years of this nonsense, and it was all celebrated. A couple of fans, I think they threw hot dogs on the field, right? Was it that bad?
They threw hot dogs on the field. They threw beers at multiple Cleveland Guardians players.
You're supposed to do that at a ball game. And what else?
Well, the game ended with a walk-off in the ninth inning for a great Yankees win, and
what does
there
that
started
mean
to be
by
chirping from the fans.
What does that mean, a walk-off win?
They won at the very last moment. The Yankees won. At the end of the game, they were able to win the game, and
you mean
all the fans were very excited.
The bottom of the ninth, they won.
Yes.
They struck the guy out.
Yes.
Why do they call that a walk-off?
Because that was the end of the game. The game was tied up, and because the Yankees, took the lead with the last possible, last half of the game.
All right, walk-off sounds anticlimactic. It sounds like I don't know. It sounds just like, they got to change that. One of the many boring things. You see, even the name of the victory, of a spellbinding victory, is boring, a walk-off. All right, so then the fans were happy, right?
Yeah, the fans were very happy, but there were some words exchanged from fans to some of the Cleveland players that, heard racial slurs and everything.
Oh, wait a second. Now, who the hell's saying that? They're playing the race card? Bull S-H-I, you know what? Who the hell said that? Who the hell said that?
Bunch of Yankees fans. There was a lot of video out there.
Wait a second. Yankees fans are complaining about the...
No. I'm saying the argument.
The Guardians are saying the Yankee fans were racist, right?
Quote saying they're the worst fan base on the planet.
Well, that's fine. I mean, that just means we're very enthusiastic for our own team. I don't care if they say that. But you just said they racist slurs.
I believe so. I will double check on the videos, but there is video.
Be careful with that, because I don't believe it. And by the way, because New York is not like that. And number two, if you look at the Yankees, half of them are from the Dominican Republic, for crying out loud. It doesn't matter. We don't care about that stuff. We care about how well you hit. Here's John Sterling. This guy, what's his deal anyway? He's one of the announcers for the Yankees, and I think he gets really upset here. Lighten up, John. Let's hear this. Cut 2.
Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
Well, that's fine.
Now somebody threw something on the field.
Oh, my God.
And the Indians are all running out to right center. And the Yankees are too. I mean, that ruins what would be a great Yankee comeback.
Does not.
And the Yankees have run out there and telling the fans, stop throwing things. I think that's disgraceful.
Disgraceful?
That's not Yankee Stadium. Those aren't Yankee fans.
Oh, shut up. Wait, I want to hear the rest of it. Does he? Oh, that's it? Well, lighten up. Was he decrying Black Lives Matter and the rioting and the looting, huh? No, was that social justice? That doesn't ruin anything. They threw a couple of popcorn. Hey, I remember the 1977 World Series when the Yankees won, and they basically lit a bonfire in the outfield. I mean, this is nothing. I got to see the video. Is it good video? Is it how much stuff, Kevin? What did they throw out? Huh? All right, you can't see it either. It's all right. I'm over it. Yankee fans, they didn't arrest anybody, did they? That's good. Hey, I think we're out of time. Are we? Is it time? It's time? All right. Wait, what are you saying 1 second for? 1 second until what? All right. Let me straighten things up back there. I'll be right back. Everybody. Hey, we're back. I haven't had my lunch yet. What's going on with that? I'm all... That's okay. Once again, it's a new day in America. Thank you very much to Elon Musk. We'll get to that in a second. First, though, Eric Adams making a spectacle out of himself. What's he doing now? Just giving another speech, wearing another brand new suit. Look at me, I'm great. Look at me. Boy, oh boy, this suit really is nice. And he was on 60 Minutes. And this bluster, this kind of foolishness will, I guess, take you far in America. Did you see 60 Minutes? Did you see it? Here, listen to this. Here he is. Again, he's wearing a three-piece suit, and the vest is a double-breasted vest. It's ridiculous. Anyway, what did he say?
We were so far in the wrong direction of really abusive policing in our city and country that people got so fed up that they turned the ship too far in the wrong direction.
That's actually not true. What they did was they lied about policing. Eric, his mentor, Bill de Blasio, they lied about it. Now, most people didn't believe the lies. Some barely were paying attention, and they thought, well, maybe there's something to it because they're saying that the police are abusive and stop and frisk is bad. But they got to convince the hard left that comes out and votes in the Democrat primary. That's what they did. And they voted for a fiction, for nonsense, for a fantasy, that the police were corrupt and racist and overdoing it. So I can go back and show you in November of 2013, actually all of 2013, it's a very interesting year. De Blasio declares for mayor in January of 2013. Yeah, that's when he starts officially running. You know what came out in 2013? In January, the New York Times had a poll. The New York Times said the New York City Police Department has an approval rating of 75%. Ray Kelly, the commissioner, yes, my father, had an approval rating close to 80%. Blacks and Hispanics supporting Ray Kelly and the NYPD over 60%. Those are staggeringly high numbers. When's the last time you heard of a president getting 75% of the vote? Huh? We had a peaceful city. We had a safe city. And what did de Blasio do? First, he pretended that the NYPD was broken. Then he pretended to fix what wasn't broken. And then he actually managed to break it. And the way this corrupt, silly, foolish system works, overwhelmingly Democrat town, a bunch of people, by the way, and this is on the electorate too, you don't go out to vote. You're too busy getting high and watching Netflix and worrying about Trump to worry about your neighborhood. And he gets reelected. Bill de Blasio, perhaps the worst mayor in the history of mayors, he gets reelected with about 80% of the freaking vote. But remember, no one's really voting. Voter turnout was lower than at any point since World War I. World War I. So you can lie, you can live in your own reality, as clearly de Blasio was, and you can choose your successor. Yeah, this was somehow forgotten or overlooked by the media, but Eric Adams was the pick of de Blasio. So people weren't complaining about it, but political hacks like you, Eric Adams, and Bill de Blasio saw it as a way to achieve power by lying about police, by lying about law enforcement. You stupid nitwit. Look at the havoc that you have wrought. You and your patron, Bill de Blasio, and the other socialist, Charlene, and talk about an indictment waiting to happen in a fair and just society. Those guys are running around free and they're hassling Donald Trump. From what I hear, de Blasio has access to $1 billion. The guy who's actually a billionaire, though, Donald Trump, they're still hassling him. What else happened in this silly 60 Minutes thing? And they're giving him the white glove treatment, aren't they? Go ahead.
You know, there's a great moment here. A bend in the road is not the end of the road. Just make the turn.
Oh, wow. Did you hear that? A bend in the road is not the end of the road. Praise Jesus. What the hell kind of gimmick? Who do you think we are? Oh, you think we're a bunch of fourth graders, don't you? You think we're children, don't you? You know, this, is he actually a New Yorker? That is so stupid and canned and cheesy. It doesn't even seem like he's from here. Who tries a line like that? What's next?
Listen, there are 8.8 million people in this city, 30 million opinions, but there's one mayor that's going to make the decisions.
Oh, wow. Talk about high on his own supply. Hey, what do you say? 8.1 million, okay? 30 million opinions. Here's something he left out. How many people voted for Eric? How many people voted for Eric? 200,000. 200,000. A broken system, a corrupt system. And by the way, you have the primary on a Tuesday in late June. Whatever happened to our September primary, huh? Whatever happened all summer long, right? They snuck them in. They snuck them in. I'm getting really frustrated here. Let me hear the rest.
So what is swagger?
It's, feeling as though you've overcome so much that you can overcome whatever is in front of you.
No, it's arrogance, Eric. And you'd like to say you dress with swagger. You overdo it. You overdo it. You look like a fop. Look it up, Eric. Look up the word. You're foppish, okay? You're a silly dandy. And this is so beneath what New York City deserves. So beneath what New York City is accustomed to, actually. Now, forget de Blasio. But we had giants running New York City for a long time. And now we have pissants. Pissants. I like that word. He's a pissant. Did he say anything else? Do I have to do this? It's actually kind of amusing how bad it is. All right, one more? Go ahead.
What words come up when I talk about some former mayors?
Oh, this is stupid. This is dumb. He sucks up to everybody, including and especially Mike Bloomberg. And including it, especially. And Mike, for whatever reason, is writing this guy all kinds of checks. I don't know. He, quite frankly, craps all over your legacy, and you're sucking up to this guy, Mike Bloomberg. What the hell's up with that? And Mike Bloomberg did a lot of good things as mayor, and he's done a lot of stupid things, and he's said a lot of stupid things since he left that job. I like the guy. I think he's a good man. I think he's got a great talent. I think he's got a big heart. But I can't figure him out for the life of me. When he apologized for stop and frisk, it was such an emotional kind of catch-up. The New York Times doesn't like me anymore. And he was finished. He was finished. Who the hell knows? He could have run for it. He could have pulled it off. He had to be more like Trump. Remember what Elizabeth Warren murdered him on stage? That was something else. All right, real quick. Lois in Pennsylvania. Hi. Yes. Oh, shoot. What's going on, Lois? Hold on. Still says she's on hold. All right, skip Lois. Let's go to Lee in Philadelphia. Hi, Lee.
Hi, Greg. How are you?
Fine. What's going on? I understand you want to talk about Dr. Oz. It better be in a good way.
Yeah. First, I want to say I really enjoy the show because you're smart and sassy.
I like that. Thank you so much. What else?
Okay, I went to the campaign event last Thursday with Doctors Oz and Ben Carson, and Dr. Carson kicked it off by saying that the establishment is trying to paint Dr. Oz as a rhino, and the same thing happened to him, and that when he was campaigning for president in 2016, it was Ted Cruz's campaign that put out the rumor that he was dropping out, and that killed his campaign. So he's trying to help Dr. Oz navigate all the backstabbing. Anyway, they went on about mail vote fraud was what put Biden into office, and the only way to combat that is to volunteer at the polls. And also, something that the establishment in Pennsylvania will be trying to use against Dr. Oz very shortly is the fact that he holds dual citizenship with Turkey. And he went on and explained that that's because he has a disabled sister for whom he serves as the guardian. And he said that if he's elected, he would actually rescind his Turkish citizenship. And we tried to persuade him that that's really not necessary because that's your family. But that's what he plans to do. And the establishment seems to be backing a guy called McCormick. And all of a sudden, I'm getting emails from McCormick comparing himself with Oz, and that he's the true conservative, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, it's no contest. It's no contest, as you know. And thank you for telling us about Dr. Ben Carson. Yeah, you're right. Ted Cruz really screwed him in Iowa and kind of stifled the vote, suppressed the vote for him. So interesting about now. Here's why. Also, I believe he'll rescind his citizenship with Turkey because, and by the way, I know lots of people who have dual citizenship. I think my wife has dual citizenship with Australia. I know people who have dual citizenship with Ireland. It's fine. I would take it if I could. I would love to be a dual citizen somewhere. I'd do it. Doesn't make me less American. But anyway, I know why he wants to rescind it. I think you have to in order to get classified briefings. And as a member of the U.S. Senate, he would be eligible to receive classified secret, reports and data from the CIA and others. And I don't think you're eligible for it if you are of dual nationality. Does that make sense?
That could be. You could be considered a risk, I guess.
There's just a prohibition. There's a law. There's a regulation about it. So, hey, Lee, thank you so much. Anything else?
Yeah. One more thing. I like when you talk about Mayor Superfly or Mayor Huggy Bear.
Yeah, right? You get a kick out of them. And, sometimes they tell me, like, hey, people across the country don't want to hear about Eric Adams. I think people actually like hearing about New York across the country. I mean, Seinfeld was a really popular show, right? And that was a very New York show.
Yeah, but he reminds me of a character out of one of those 1970s blaxploitation films.
Well, there was Huggy Bear, of course, and there's something he just overdoes it. He's doing it on purpose. It's a shtick, and but that's all he's got: shtick, gimmicks.
Yeah, it takes people's attention off the issues.
Well, it's not working, and people are finally waking up. I was telling them last summer, don't do it. This guy's a fool. He doesn't have anything going for him other than the shtick, and now the shtick is worn thin. Lee, I thank you so much. Smart and sassy. I love it. You too, by the way. I got to go. I'll be back.
Greg Kelly